Hello, all of you Vainglorious, you wonderful people, and welcome back to Planet Coaster. We're in part 2 of Chief Beef Raceway. You may notice a couple things have been completed here, and you're like, wait a minute, I don't remember that. Well, you would be correct. First, though, before we get to what caused that to happen, I want to show you some other things that have changed since the last video, if I can remember how to work the controls. So we put in these two rides over here last time, the Helion Ring and the whatever this is called, the Collider. We put those in, kind of recolored them, but it was really bland over here, so I put in plants and lighting just to decorate up the queues, fill in this area, make it look a little nicer. And then I also put in a little building here that has a first aid station in it because people were throwing up a lot. I don't know which ride was actually causing it. It was one of these two. I didn't really pay that close attention to find out what was what. So anyways, that's what's going on. Yes, been a guest for Thursday. Thank you. So yeah, we're halfway into our medium goal here. We're doing pretty good on this. So you're like, wonder what happened. Well, so I had a video recorded, and my voiceover part of it was destroyed somehow. I ran it through my normal Adobe Audition presets that I always use for my voiceovers. Saved it. It sounded fine. And then when I went to import it into Adobe Premiere to actually edit this video, it was a garbled, unintelligible mess. Granted, a lot of my videos are garbled, unintelligent messes, but that's on me, not the editing. And this is all computerized, garbled editing messes. So, one other thing that has changed since the last video, and this actually, you're not going to see this other than just right here. We've put in kickflips so many times, there's really no point going back over it. Anyways, it was in the footage that I recorded with the destroyed voiceover, but I don't know. I don't see any point in really going over it. It's kickflip. I made a little sign out of a planter, put some plants around it. It has a pretty good scenery rating. Tried to blend the colors in so that it matches nicely with the area that it's in without just blending in completely. So we've got the blues, the greens against that, and against all the green trees. And when this sets us up for what I hope will be an area that I can flatten out or maybe do a tiered setting. I don't know exactly. Or maybe I'll do it over here. But we're going to have to put in more shops eventually. As you can see, there's a lot of people going over here. And you catch the first glimpse of our latest racetrack with queue building and everything. And this is like 4 hours worth of recording that I'm going to shrink down to like 15 minutes here in a minute in a time lapse. So yeah, it is the Capomazzo Corsa Especiale, which, okay, so I went to Google Translate, typed in Chief Beef, took it from English to Italian, and then got Capomazzo. Capomazzo. So I guess that means Chief Beef. Corsa, race course, you know, Ferrari has like the goodness. And then Especial, I spelled it wrong intentionally. I just wanted it to sound Italian because this kind of looks like a nice Italian seaside. You know, if you follow racing, you probably know what it is. But the only thing that's left for this race course is I want to kind of recreate this light post here. In fact, let's see if I can do that real quick. Because I really like it. I don't see any reason why I shouldn't just use it. It's really well done. Up. I mean, it just makes... how did I manage that? It just makes such a perfect racing light, I think. So, why mess with perfection, I say? Did I get it all? Yeah, I got it all. So what I want to do is add that to a scenery group, and then I want to duplicate it. And then I can just put in a bunch of lights out here on this racetrack that I made just wherever my little heart desires. Like, do I think we need a light down here? I do think we need a light down here, so it's really dark down here. So we put a light in right there, done. So anyways, I followed some of the path that was already here. You may remember that this section was in and this section was here, but it was a part of the original Chief Beef Raceway. So I couldn't just add to it, since the game actually saw it as part of this track, I had to delete them and then rebuild them as part of Capo Manzo Corsia Spaziale. The track itself still needs a little tweak here and there. Like, I think this could be a better straight with a better curve coming in, smoothing some things out. But it's in and it satisfied our bronze target, and it follows, I think, the coastline very well. I'm especially proud of the fact that I've got the entrance exit here and then the queue wrapping around, all inside of the building. The building still needs some work, and we will get to that, as does the little bridge leading up to the building. Definitely needs some work. I was originally going to build the building all the way into the cliffside, but I kind of like it better actually sitting down there a little bit, and I can always do some things with the terrain if I decide to do anything about that. Like, we can maybe make some stairs leading down to this. But what I want to do now is jump into about 15-20 minutes worth of time-lapse footage and go over how we built all of this. So here we are in the time-lapse. You can see I was just checking out where the existing pieces from Chief Beef Raceway were, and then I just grab go-kart track, figure out how I can get it actually lined up, where's a good place to start it, found it, and then it's just a matter of now building the track. I want to keep it really close to the terrain. I think it's pretty obvious that there's a place carved out for this track, and I think, you know, in this case, I don't know if it's the developers who made these scenarios, but whoever it is within the Planet Coaster team made this scenario, they're kind of giving you a little hint of, hey, here's a good place to take this track so that it does well and meets what you need. So I did my best to follow it, but I did add my own little touches, like banking and going down to the slimmer track as we went around the corner and things like that. This area down here will get redone a little bit towards the end of the video once I have the building constructed. You'll see what I'm talking about. But it was a matter of just going through and getting everything done. What's really funny is this is like my third attempt in creating this video. The first time I sat down to record this video, I thought, oh yeah, one of the objectives says I need to have $2,500 for 2 months in a row in shop, facility, and hotel revenues or profits. Right, cool. You know, I've got facilities, bathrooms, first aid, stuff like that. We've got shops, and we'll put more in. I don't have any hotels. Well, it was a pain, but let me just pause it. It was a pain getting that lined up to where it was supposed to go into this prop, and then actually getting it to go through. Oh my gosh. I had to mess with the collisions and everything multiple times just to finally get this thing in. That wasn't fun. But anyways, so I thought, cool, it'd be awesome. I'll build a hotel. And I remembered that one of the buildings in this map, you can see it there briefly, it was a green domed, just beautiful building paused here for quite some time. What I went to go do during this part, didn't even realize this was in here. I watched this, that's what I did. But anyways, I went to go build a hotel, and well, I ran into a problem of hotels aren't available in this scenario. Like, you go in to create a custom shop or facility, and lo and behold, no hotels. You can see here I'm still struggling with this thing, even though I thought I had it lined up. Just to get it going in straight and then try to back myself out and get it back in. It was just such a pain. Finally got there in the end, and then just kind of manually going through without any angle snapping like that. But anyway, so yeah, I spent 3.5 or 4 hours building the hotel. I was going to have a video kind of like this one where we just start off with a time lapse and I can do the recorded voiceover and tell you what I was doing. But I kind of want to, do more than just the planning the time lapses. Don't worry, we'll still have some of those. I think these changes nicely. So yeah, I spent all this time recording footage of me building just this really great hotel, not copying the one that's over there, but using it as well as the building that's the entryway in this scenario as inspiration for the architecture style I was going for. Clicked once I had the thing all done the way I liked it. Clicked on shops and facilities. Clicked on the hotels icon and saw that they weren't available to be used. So I thought, okay, well, fine, I'll just research it. Nope, I've researched all the shops and facilities that this scenario is going to let me. So, yeah, why it says hotels in the description and then doesn't allow you to use hotels, I don't know. By oversight, I would assume. Somebody didn't at the last minute enable that within shops and facilities would be my guess. I don't know that for sure, but you know, it happens. It's not a big deal. Instead, we're just gonna have to do a lot of shops to try to get this. Trying to work through a tunnel here, and then making sure that I'm again staying as close to the ground as possible, but also getting this thing up there to the end. Got it connected, and now I'm just trying to go through and smooth some things out. Frankly, I just got tired of messing with it and decided to go back to it at a later time. You can see here, could not get this slope to really work itself out, despite all the smoothing of the height and everything I was trying to do. It just didn't want to work. And in this section, though, worked out pretty well. It just different areas just cooperated, different areas didn't. So it's going to take some tweaks and nudging and pushing and prodding and all that. This whole area right here was the pain because, well, they didn't want to auto tunnel the back ground for me. It wanted to stay above ground. But I eventually got it. I wanted to add a really sharp turn at the end of our descent down from the top, kind of like an S curve, but it didn't really work out that way. So, putting in the entrance and exit, starting there because it's going to be the idea was to have a building that goes over the track, and I needed to kind of see just roughly where the entrance and exit, the stairs and everything will lead. Though I wind up, once I started the building, deleting the whole thing. Yeah, I know, but it just happens. You can see, though, a very popular go-kart track. It's opened it, and immediately there's people here in line. This is jumping to a different day that I was recording. That ended the video already of building the track that would have been the one where I had a voiceover done. This was always intended to just be done in the time-lapse. I was going to start the video after this one with this, but I decided since I lost the footage or the voiceover from the other one, we were just combine it. Here I'm just kind of playing around with some of the stuff that came in the World's Fair pack, just to see what's what I like, the colors, the building materials, and everything like that. Finally decide on what I think is Renaissance. I think that's this style's name. I'm not 100% sure. The only thing I don't like about them is, I mean, yeah, there's a blank wall on the back side of them, but then if you're doing an interior on a building like I am here, you're still going to see that. So if you flip it around on a building with an interior, it's going to be somewhere no matter what. And so, you know, I turned it around there because that's fine. I do want it to be seen from the stairs up here. But, I don't know. It's just kind of weird. And I wind up doing all kinds of weird things to try to get this to cooperate. And here I realized, you know what? I can't have the walls sitting halfway down. So I put in just a couple blocks here, get it up to a little bit of a higher height, and then realize I need to the path to where it hugs right up through there. And so move that a little bit by using the grid, which means I now want to tear all this out. It's just, I think it's a little too much decoration at the bottom. Messing around a little bit with the doorway that actually is going to come out of a covered walkway area. It'll be open onto kind of patio. And a little Italian doors for all this stuff. I'm used to being Italian. But there, you can see this is the side of the stairs that's going to wind up being open. I go through and tear down the part I already built and just seal it up with the wall. Later on, you'll see that coming up. But now I'm just constructing just the outer wall that kind of sits at the bottom of it. Doesn't anything fancy whatsoever. It just needs to, you know, architecturally match somewhat. Remembered, oh yeah, I want my queue to be sitting on a patio or a balcony of some sort. And now I'm realizing the track's in the way, the path doesn't work. I want it to be somewhere else. And this is where I start tearing down a lot, just trying to see how can I make this work just a little bit better. And I finally decide to move it back one, which isn't that big of a deal, because I can go back and just redo that little bit of the building that I've already put up fairly soon. Just trying to get this guy to connect up in a pleasing way. Never really get it, but that's all going to move back some anyway, so it's okay. It's not going to be blocking the path. There's where we really want it for the stairs, and I think it looks fine. And then just continuing underneath, just to get the portion around the entrance and exit. I was thinking about using some sort of one of the animatronic doors, but I don't know. Off the top of my mind, off the top of my head, I can't think of one that would really work with this. This is where I realized, though, that I am going to need to adjust the track. We'll do that once I get done. Just with the patio section here, I believe is what I do next. I can't remember though. It's been a few days since I recorded this. It's always interesting to go back and record a voiceover after the fact for a time lapse. Like when I do my Will It Off-Road series, it's not that big a deal because I mean I'm narrating in real time what happened, and I can remember when this is coming up without knowing or remembering exactly what happens. And it's not the same run up and down and out. It's tough to remember. Yeah, there we go. I knew I eventually edited the track. Decided I wanted to have the track actually play off this building somewhat by going up under here. I thought it would make it a good look. It's really low to the ground. It doesn't create a head chopper moment for the riders. It's not a roller coaster, but I liked it, and that would let me incorporate some arches and some other things that are just to add a little, I don't know, architectural interest into that side of the building. Since it is down there and it's so exposed instead of being just crammed on the hillside, I just wanted to give it, I don't know, just something a little nicer to see through there. That's what I decided I'd put it, or make it to where the track actually goes through. That's where I put the chicane section. Just experimenting now with how much ornamentation I want inside the building as well as outside of it. And then it's just a matter of finding the right arch, which we've already seen it, that stucco one. I'm just going to recolor it. And I'm not 100% sure on the colors of this building, by the way. I may wind up doing something a little bit different. Yeah, I'm just not 100% sure that this is the color scheme we need to go on a racetrack, but that's something easy enough to change. I am pretty much pleased with the building itself. It just needs some more detailing. And we may go back and do some of that at the end of this video, or maybe look at something else. We'll have to see what mood strikes me in 5 minutes from now when I actually get back into playing the game. So, got the track all arranged and back to now just building here. What you may not be able to tell is I'm actually putting a roof. There we go. Now you can see what I'm looks up the camera really fast, giving it a better visual to this. But I'm just trying to put a roof inside of that small room there, so that when they go through, it feels nice and closed. And I'll do some lighting and things like that. Just making sure that all the rails are indeed off. Though I may come back. I do something different with the rails. I build some rails, and I don't know. I don't like it. And I may come back and put those rails back on and get rid of the rail that I built. So everybody's leaving because I had to shut down the ride to edit the track. But instantly people start coming right back here. The queue is, I think, long enough. I don't know, once I get a roller coaster and some other shops and things like that over in this area, maybe it won't be. I don't know exactly, but we'll see. By the way, I think one of the goals of this park is to get up to like 2,500. Not sure what I was checking there. I think I was just checking to see if it's profitable. And here I'm just checking what it looks like going through the building. Yeah, I probably should have cut this part of the video out because honestly, it's just me riding through there with it in time lapse. I don't know, it's not the best. There, I paused, looked around. It's a nice view from inside of there. And then we're out here, and it's pretty much done. That's where I came up with the name. That little pause, everything was me googling what is Chief Beef in Italian. And then of course I just knew because, well, you know, if you have an Italian car, they don't have track mode in their dynamic setup. Yeah, of course, you know. It's not like Ferraris and stuff like that. I'm guessing you do too if you watch my channel. This is the only thing you watch my channel. Which, hi, who are you? Because this is not a least watched series, which makes me so sad because I love this game so much. Like, I really want to get into more simulation games, but I know my audience, and I know that I would do worse than I'm currently doing. Kind of went a little overboard with this piece. I don't know what you call. I think I just used too many of them. I'm trying to give the building some architectural interest and details, but I don't know that that is what it needs. I'm going to have a look around some photos on the interwebs and see if there's something I might like a little better. Just, oh, excuse me, as I hiccup mid-sentence, but something I might like a little bit better as inspiration for this building. But it is a good light. Here, I'm just trying to decide what light do I want on the side of this, and then I found this lovely Victorian lamppost that I think, since we've got these big, huge railings here, I think this thing looks great. I mean, it's nice and chunky, and it fills in that space quite nice. And it puts out a nice soft glow for the lighting. I don't know that I'm going to be able to match that. That's the only problem. Putting some benches in just because I noticed that I guess happiness was going way down. And I figured it's probably because of the long walk that they had over the main part of the park over this new ride. And honestly, I don't know how much is going to wind up being built out here. Usually once I'm in this scenario, I kind of move on to the next one instead of building. I'd love to hear your thoughts about that, Habit. If you want me to keep building a park even after we finish the scenario, I'll gladly do it. Here, just flipping some of these around, just again to kind of try to break up the monotony of having the exact same thing in every wall section. But overall, I'm fairly pleased with our start on this building. I may come back to it. I don't know. It definitely needs some more work. I'm just not 100% sure what that work is. I don't know what I want to do with it just yet. I thought about maybe adding like an extra floor above the bridge. I would do that. Bring up the architectural style. Here's those railings I was talking about. In the end, I just really don't like how they look. They're still there. You'll see them here in a minute. These are still here. Just get them lined up to the walls, getting everything ready to go, and then that puts the railing in. And I'm pretty sure that that will be the last thing we do is getting these railings in place. Let's see. And that brings us to the park as it is. And as the park was loading, I actually had an idea. I just don't know how good of an idea it is. But we do need other rides and things down this direction. Otherwise, there's no point. And I mean, we still have to build a roller coaster. And I plan on the roller coaster kind of filling this space over here and being like the last thing, like the farthest thing this direction. I'd kind of like to have some shops and things maybe lining here that are kind of like small buildings that kind of hug right along this cliff and go right up against the back of the racetrack. We'll have to see about that. But to try to get the mini guests are thirsty thing, I put in another vending machine. I guess it's not quite enough. People are looking at it. People are thinking about it. There you go. Some people are going up to it. What are you pointing at, lady? What's going on here? Somebody puked. Okay, we clearly need first aid over here. Wow, she needs thirst. She just vomited. Yeah, okay, so maybe a priority over here would be another first aid station. Let's go ahead and use that blueprint one. I'm fine with that. It's just close enough to that area in architectural style. It's Caribbean, I know, but I think it works over here. I think I can just squeeze it in right here. What we'll do is put it right opposite the kickflip section. If that's going to make him sick, well then, let's let him go get their first aid. There we go. There's one on the backside too. There is not. And now you have something extra to look at when you're on the racetrack. Is that hovering in midair? You know what we could do with is some daylight. By the way, if the recording of this looks just a little bit different than what you're used to, it's because I am experimenting with like different recording software and everything, and this is currently being recorded. I was just in video shadow play. First time I've ever used shadow play for a video on the channel. I don't know why this path isn't cooperating with me. Now let's see. There we go. There's the path cooperating. So I don't want rails at the path, but I also don't want the building to be above ground. I think that's got it now. Oh, I want the building to be above ground. I don't want the building to be hovering above the ground. That's what I was trying to say. There we go. Everybody can now go over there and take care of their vomiting needs in the first aid building. And it kind of fits in with the rest of this. Not really, though. Yeah, I'll probably build something different. Now that I see it, I don't like it. You may notice that we did a red color here. I like the red color. But anyway, so my idea that I said that I had at the very beginning here was maybe fitting another ride. Like knocking this level here off and using this long pathway as a cue to get on another ride that's on top of this building. The thing is, I don't know what will fit up here, if anything. Like, legit, I don't know if anything will fit up here. I don't think anything will. That's the problem. I don't think anything's small enough to fit up here. Bumper cars, no, besides that would look stupid. The big wheel's too big, right? Yeah, it's way too big. Well, almost. I mean, it almost fits, actually, but... Actually, it does fit, but then it wouldn't. I mean, if I extended this out this way, but then I wouldn't really have a place for the entrance. Unless I did the entrance over the sides. That could look kind of cool to have the big wheel on the roof. I mean, but then that would mess with the edge of where the building is down there. Because I can't get it to fit. I mean, it just fits right there. So that would, since the path is actually right below this area here, that won't work. I could extend this out, but then I would have to do something different on my entrance and exit here. Which, I mean, I could do. I could just do like an archway or something, I guess. We are using this archway, so what if we did that archway up here? I mean, how bad would that be? Huh. Right there. Right there. So that would work. I mean, I guess I could go ahead and just extend this building out. And then have a big, giant Ferris wheel on top? What do you think? Love to hear your thoughts about it. So let me know in the comments down below. Because I just don't think I have enough time to do it in this video. We could start by getting rid of that. And then see if it'll let me place it just with those out of the way. Actually, I want to get rid of this whole level, don't I? Yeah. So I want to move the roof of this section down. So let's get all of these. We'll leave the roof of the walkway as is. We didn't even raise the walkway up one level? I don't know. Maybe not. I'll have to see. So I want you to actually go down to, like, there. Because that is... And then we can take this and make these the arches for the entrance and exit. I kind of like this idea. Let's see. Get rid of all this. Need all this gone. Oh, this is a time-consuming process. You too, please. And we'll rebuild something else here later. For now. I just don't know if it's going to put too much traffic over this direction. Because the big wheel tends to be a rather popular ride. But we'll just have to see what happens. Alright, so line it up with this building here. Okay, let's do it. Oh, I lost the mouse controls again. I hate it when it does that. I don't know why it does that. It's like if you use a combination of controls sometimes, it It won't work anymore, so I need to raise it up. Just until it goes blue, actually. So I can always put the ceiling to hide whatever isn't blue. In fact, what isn't blue? Or isn't covered. Yeah, see, I can bring that ceiling down. Or add just a second one in there. So that fits there. It actually does fit quite nice, doesn't it? Oh, man. I kind of like this idea of having the big giant Ferris wheel on top of my building here. I think I've got it pretty straight, don't I? It might be coming over just a smidgen here. Yeah, there we go. And then we just want to move it out to where it would be right here at the edge. Well, that is no room for a queue, though. Like, none. Yeah, I was hoping that I'd have more room for a queue. But, I mean, the edge of the building is going to be right there. So that's about as far that way as I can go. And... yeah, my queue would literally go boop, 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 done. Wait a minute. Yeah, I think so. How low can you go, by the way? As low you can go right there? Okay. So if I placed my entrance right there, place the exit right there. I mean, yeah, I was hoping I'd have enough that I could do the grid and bring it up that way. I mean, I could always do like this really narrow one, maybe. No, even that won't let me get two in there. It's going to want to connect immediately. And that is just not... it's not a long enough queue for this ride. Because it holds more people than that. Oh, well, it was a nice thought. That makes me sad because I tore down half my building to make that happen. Great. But the nice thing about Planet Coaster is actually this will put the building back. But, oops. I can get the building back if I Control Z a whole bunch of times. Should be able to get the whole building back. Two and three. Yep, just like never happened. So, I don't know. We'll figure it out in the next video. I do want the Ferris wheel over here by the edge, though. Or one of them. I don't know which one. But I just think it'd be nice to have it kind of a seaside attraction. Because it's a nice big thing looking out over the water, over the rest of the park. Wonder if I could get it to go here and make like ramps up and over like this, you know, recreate this guy. I bet I could do that. And then have some sort of building. And use this other big one. Let's put it in. And then we'll build everything else next time. This one. Ooh, that is way bigger than I thought it was. Wow. Wow, that is way bigger than I thought it was. Okay. Where can I put this? Oh, can I put it right here inside this part of the track? If I bring it up, I bet I can. Up, 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 up. And we'll just come up with something to hide those sides. Yes, yes, this is good. Where can you go exactly? Where? Yeah, this will be good. Which is the front? Ooh, which is the front and which is the back? I don't know that it matters. I mean, there's the ride operator back there. So that's going to be where they want to exit, but that's fine. We have them exiting off the back. So if we put that there, and then have, you know, a queue coming out flat and then up and over stairs with one of those tires there, and then the same thing down here and connecting them to the path, that'd be really cool. And then we could have like a couple small buildings to either side with some shops. And then this, I think what I want to do is actually do some terrain work. So this actually comes down in like a nice stairs and cut out away from this building a little bit. I don't know. Of course, it is on at that height right there. So maybe that's a bad idea. Considering it goes in up there. Just dawned on me what I was saying. Okay, well, we'll abandon that then too. But hey, this is a good start for the radius, and we'll figure out what to do with the next video. Until then, I'm Brandon, reminding you to stay vainglorious.